What is going on, YouTube? Beardy back at you here. I'm going to have a little video here for you guys for free skins to help you with your surveys. This way, you can try and not, I guess you could say, disqualify or muck up as much. But generally, looking at this, most people are going to tell you the best way to get your coins here, and I'm gonna vouch for this one, is definitely either in Yoursurveys or Revwall. Unfortunately for me, Revwall, I've been getting an error with them for some reason on my end, and it's not them, it's something with me. Now, I could do this every now and then and get credits, but for the rest of them, it's a Peanut Lab issue for me. But anyways, if you have an error that ends in an HTTP 500 error, you need to go ahead and contact either one of them and let them know. You could do that by going to any one of these, and usually, they'll have a way to get in touch with them. If they don't, you can normally just go to their original site. Also, another thing to bear in mind when you are doing surveys, do be sure to take your time. The reason why is some of these surveys will actually term you out for going through them too quickly. If you look at a good example, when you look in Yoursurveys, if you have an instance where you get termed out, you can look, and inside of your quality score, it may even show you minus a set number of points due to what they call speeding. I think it was either speeding or was it rushing or speed, whichever. And another thing to also bear in mind is a lot of these are going to be geographically dependent. So, for example, if you're overseas in certain countries, I do believe some of the countries have issues with some of them being unavailable. Like, I know Yoursurveys, there's quite a few countries that some of these surveys aren't actually available in. So, kind of just experiment, see where you get. I know AT doesn't work for me. This is literally what I get. It doesn't load. But they, from what I hear, have surveys as well in them. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. Alright, for moments like this, a quick note. For when it says, unfortunately, this was not a good match, and you didn't qualify, if you also read it says, please try the next same payout survey. But you notice it also is saying verify. Notice it finds you another survey. So don't close the window out necessarily, because you may actually find another survey for the same exact price. And a good majority of these surveys will tell you a time of how long generally they will take in the agreement and the acceptance of the survey, if you will. So be sure that unless it otherwise brings you back to free skins and says you were termed, you let it run and do, unless it, of course, freezes and just doesn't load. If it's no longer loading and doesn't take you anywhere, then of course, just go ahead and go back to what you're doing. Or if it's a survey that's like an hour long for like 400 coins, then of course, close it out. But aside from that, that's just a little quick notation. Now back to the rest. Also, another quick note, guys. For everybody who's using Chrome, Mozilla, well, actually, I think just about any browser has them now. I myself use Brave, so this is a very important thing you need to bear in mind. All these surveys run on what are called cookies. Do not bother trying to use a VPN. That'll get you banned here at Freeskins. Just a heads up. So, yeah, I wouldn't advise it. Make sure you turn off your ad blocker and any like blocking shields, because if you do not turn them off, what will happen is you'll end up a lot of times like Brave will block pop-ups that are needed, or even like specific audio or visuals like videos. I've had a few times where a simple ad blocker issue caused a video not to load, which caused me not to get a survey, which was worth, $2-3. And it happens. Just make sure you check your ad blockers on each one of the sites and go ahead and turn them off, and it'll save you a lot of headaches in the end, I promise you. So moving on. When you're doing your surveys, I'm I'm going to go ahead and let you know, weekends can be a hit or miss with pricing as far as what you get in rewards comparison. As you can see, I mean, I've got a couple of good paying ones here. I mean, normally, what you'll see me do if you were sitting next to me is you'd see me do a lot of this right here. And, if I don't see anything I like show up, generally what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and close this window out, refresh the page, and just go ahead and hit Yoursurveys again and continue on with what I'm doing. Now I know it takes a moment for it to load up, and like, see, an instance here, this is a good example. I would do this one and maybe that one, maybe, depending on how I felt. But generally I would do these, or anything like over 1,000 that's 20 minutes or so. A rule of thumb for me that I bear in mind when I'm doing these surveys is I want to take the general time it's stating, like for example 20 minutes for this one, and I'll take about 20% of it off. So in this example, 20% of 20 minutes, and then just remove that from your time, and that's about how long it would take me to do the survey, just taking my time. This gives me a better idea of like how much I'm getting per, I guess you could say, minute. So for example, in this instance, say this was a 10-minute, it'd be essentially 71 coins per minute. So I mean, you want to keep your, like for example, this one's only like 25-ish. So I mean, keep that in mind. And again, like I was saying, if you wanted a new thing, just refresh it up, let it load up and everything, let it do its goodies, hit it again, and just go ahead and check again. Same applies, I believe, with Theorem. You can do that as well. I know, which one was it? I believe it is RevWall. As you increase your score and reputation with them, you will get much better surveys. You will get higher paying surveys. I have heard of much higher paying surveys in there. I've been in contact with them trying to get things straightened out so I can personally use them. But, I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. Like, let's see, it's like 750 for 29 minutes. If I haven't had no good surveys in a little while, it might be one I would consider. And with it being a weekend, it's one I might consider a little more because it's not a weekday. You have to think in terms of business. Businesses operate during Monday through Friday, so you're going to have more than likely a little better survey selection during the week. But generally during the weekend, you could still find some pretty good selection. Now, I've had people ask me, the same old general, how do I withdraw? How do I get my money? Okay, so I think that one's pretty obvious here. But me generally, I do everything straight through Ethereum into my Coinbase. So yeah, to give you guys a little idea, I haven't been here that long, and just the last couple of days I'm dorking around and just kind of do a survey here or there, But anything that's over 4,000 points, something you do need to bear in mind. You're gonna have to go and actually go to support and let them know. I never even let them know. Yeah, you can see me being a goofball. But yes, that is me actually at level 103. So they do actually work, and even though I have referrals, they don't do anything. So yeah. As far as withdrawals go, I mean, yeah. Do I need to say more? Yeah, I'm gonna be putting some more videos up, showing you how to actually take the money you get and turning around and taking it and using it for potentially trial offers and earning even more. But for now, that'll pretty much conclude this video. I just wanted to help everybody out with the whole survey issues, because I've known a lot of people talk in chat asking, why things aren't paying out. And the most common thing that happens is you just get disqualified. You didn't read a question and you failed a trick question, which is a question like which one's different, cat, dog, uh, you know, cow, table. Like, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you fail one of those questions, you kind of deserve to lose your coins, to be honest. If you don't, or if you see a disqualified screen, then it was definitely a disqualification. If you see an error screen that does not state anything about being disqualified, um, it could be a rare occasion. If it happens more than once, I would probably go ahead and report it to that particular offer wall so that they're aware of it, because they may not actually be aware of it either. So, aside from that, that's pretty much going to sum this video up. I'll put the links down below and for a few places that I hang out. You can find me. If you have any questions and you happen to see me on, you know, Free Skins, or you see me on any of the other places I frequent, feel free to ask me a question. I have no problem helping people out. Again, like I said, everybody, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and like. I will be having more videos coming out, including some strategy videos for my gambling website that I go to. Aside from that, you guys keep it chill, and I will talk to you guys next time.